Welcome back. Now, it's not even been 10 days since the National Assembly gave its seal of approval to the Memorandum of Understanding on Circular Migration between the Kingdom of Spain and the Republic of the Gambia, and already the MOU is causing political tensions. Parliamentary ratification was almost immediately followed by the approval of 7 companies by the Employment Ministry for the recruitment of eligible workers to Spain, as well as Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, with whom similar bilateral agreements have also been reached. And therein lies the problem, how the 7 companies chosen by the Employment Ministry, or MOTAI, are allegedly going about the recruitment process. Honorable Modou Lamin Biba is the National Assembly member for Banjul North. He belongs to the opposition United Democratic Party, UDP, and he sounded very angry on the phone yesterday when he called to talk about this for the first time. It was a seemingly shocking discovery, which he's now here to discuss with me. Honorable Ba, thank you very much for coming on Coffee Time this morning.
Thank you very much, Mr. Peter, for inviting me on this important platform to talk about issues that really affect the people that we represent.
First of all, give us the background to this labor migration agreements, the Spanish one, the Saudi Arabia one, even the UAE one, if you can.
Okay, thank you very much. I will start by saying that these are documents that we have presented to Parliament. And like you mentioned, the agreement between the Gambian government and also Saudi and also the UAE, and recently as a certificate of urgency, we were able to ratify the agreement, the MOU between the Kingdom of Spain and also the Gambia. And I believe the motive, or I can say the intention behind all these things, is just to see how best we can cope the issue of irregular migration, which is very fundamental, and we believe it is something that is really affecting our population, because we have seen of recent how young people just go through the back way and through the Mediterranean Sea and lost their lives, which is indeed a very unfortunate moment for Gambia.
Sure.
All for the name of I want to go and survive. And like I say, the Mediterranean Sea is not the solution to our problem. No. But in that regard, seeing such an agreement, I was indeed very excited and also gave my full support in making sure that, because my priority advocacy in Parliament is how best can we address the issue of unemployment in this country, understanding that when it comes to issues surrounding demographic dividend, we understand that Gambia is youthfully populated. But what are we doing to better prepare our future generation? That is indeed one fundamental thing that, as a parliamentarian, I always advocate and stand for the right way in terms of empowering them. Okay. Because for me, what I have at the back of my mind is that we don't have to sympathize the young people of this country. We must empower them. And how can we empower them is by bringing or putting the right tools in the right place and do the right thing in terms of empowering them.
And is this agreement with Spain part of empowering the youths?
Of course.
Okay. So what's in this agreement? I mean, you must have scrutinized it before you cast
Of course. This agreement is very important because it is an opportunity that is created for the young people of the Gambia to go and work in Spain. And in doing so, you will come to realize that according to the agreement, they will only be there when they are needed for the work.
Okay.
You understand? And when that is done also, if they work for a period of 4 years with them without any problem, they will issue them a permanent resident, which is indeed a very laudable initiative. Because I personally even had a conversation with the Minister of Trade prior to the tabling of the document, and I was equipped with the entire memorandum of understanding between Spain and Gambia.
So it's a good document. It's a good agreement.
It's a very good agreement. But
so what's your problem now?
My problem now is the way things are done in this country. And one thing I will always keep on saying is that a problem that is not solved is still a problem. But a problem that is solved is no more a problem. And another thing, success can only happen when our dreams are bigger than our excuses.
We still don't know what this problem is.
And the fact of the matter is, now, instead of doing it the right way, we have seen already at our community level, and I can only attest to what is happening in my constituency. Because we have seen the MPP camp organizing meetings, calling themselves that they should come together and identify within themselves their family members, and it's President Barrow who want to take these young people to Spain, which is not true.
So they are making this agreement with Spain an agreement with the NPP rather than an agreement with the Gambia.
With the Gambian people. And this is indeed a very big concern. The document that was ratified in Parliament was for the Gambian people, especially the young people of this country. So seeing such an activity going on, I believe it is not right. It is something that the government, or the MPP rather, should take up and make sure that they stop it immediately. And I will also want the Minister of Trade to also intervene and come out and make it plain to the Gambian people that this initiative or this particular project is not only for NPP people, it's for the Gambian people. And targeting also the community young people, because for us, we really don't understand. We believe that MPP is in power, no denial about that, but that shouldn't be an advantage in terms of whatever belongs to Gambia will be just centered as far as their party is concerned. So this is a concern that my people are raising, because when they called for a meeting in my constituency, at the beginning, some of them didn't know, because they believe it is an opportunity for all, and which is the truth. It is an opportunity for all.
Well, it should be an opportunity for all. Is it an opportunity for all? It's questionable, because you seem to be telling us now that this is only an opportunity for NPP sympathizers.
Exactly.
Because if the people who are registering potential, migrant workers, ask for your allegiance to be with a particular party, that's not, that's not a universal benefit to the people. But let me ask, after Parliament ratified this, when the agencies were being chosen, should Parliament not have been involved? Because after that, we had a list of 7 agencies: Mbai Consulting Recruitment Agency, Outsource Recruitment, Workmax Africa Recruitment Agency Limited, Toki Recruitment Agency, Help Them, the Gambia Recruitment Agency, Cruise Ship, the Gambia Recruitment Agency, and GAM Jobs. These are supposed to be, the recruitment agencies. So who was recruiting in your area?
I really don't have an idea when it comes to that, but what I believe is that as far as the recruitment agencies are concerned, this is purely administration. But notwithstanding, as a member of Parliament and also part of our oversight, I have all right to ask the minister, and in the form of a written question, or even going further to bring it to the attention of the plenary for the minister to respond, that what were the criteria put in place in order to select all these recruitment agencies, and he needs to clarify. Because the thing is, matters like this, we must understand as a country, what belongs to the people. Let's say what belongs to everyone belongs to no one. And in doing so, I saw on the newspaper yesterday that the minister was able to name the licensed.
Yeah, I just named them.
Yeah,
these are the 7 ones.
So the thing is, right now, as part of our oversight, we have all rights to question the minister. What were the criteria put in place? But that doesn't come up yet, because, as you know, we're supposed to start our 4th ordinary session on the 1st of November. But unfortunately, it has been moved. No, it has been moved now to on the 15th. What can only be possible right now?
Why the move?
Actually, according to the information
because
received,
this was supposed to be the budget session, right?
Exactly. The Ministry of Finance is still putting their house in order to present the budget.
Will there be a budget in 2024?
It's a question that we all are asking ourselves. But notwithstanding, as far as the law is concerned, because you are aware that last year there was a constitutional amendment in terms of the period given to treat the budget session. And as you can see, the same thing is repeating this year.
Okay.
So, which is also another fortunate moment. But like I said, I am here today to just inform the people that the Spain-Gambia agreement is not for MPP, but is for the Gambian people. And this needs to be clear. And any person who called you for a meeting to tell you that Adama Barrow or President Adama Barrow is the one taking these young people to Spain, I am saying it's not true. As a parliamentarian, as someone who was there and supported the document and make sure that the document was ratified, and humbly for that matter for the Gambian people, understanding the devastating moment that we are in right now as far as supporting and empowering our young people are concerned, I deem it necessary to stand by the young people of this country to make sure that such an opportunity is given to them, and not to make sure that such an opportunity is denied from them. Because we have seen what happened in Senegal. Senegal had the same opportunity. But when they went, they never came back. And these were the same questions that we asked the minister when he tabled the document in Parliament. Because we are very concerned about the recruitment mechanism that they put in place.
What questions did you ask? I'm curious to know.
There were so many questions. For me rather, I didn't have the opportunity because according to the Parliament that very day, according to our standing order, we were only allocated 1 hour to discuss on matters concerning.
It's in 1 hour enough to ask the right
So
questions.
what happened is, during that particular session, because it was a certificate of urgency that was brought to Parliament, the Speaker decided to make sure that this matter was treated within 1 hour.
That was enough to ask the right questions.
Even though he added some minutes, but you come to realize that the main questions that we are coming up from members, even though because we are part of the list, but we could not speak at the end of the day because the time was exhausted. But the main questions that we are asked was that the recruitment mechanisms that is put in place in making sure that these young people are given the opportunity to go and work in Spain.
And how did the minister respond? What did he explain about the recruitment mechanism?
According to the minister, he said to us that there are proper mechanisms put in place, and one of the mechanisms is to recruit these recruitment agencies to make sure that they will be responsible for the recruitment of these young people, and as a government, they will be working directly.
Before he spoke about recruitment agencies, did you hear Gambia talk about recruitment agencies before?
Never.
Yeah, this was why you should ask. You know, where were these recruitment agencies coming from? And if they did not exist, how they were going to be set up? And, you know, I mean, we talk about best practice, you know, where they were going to learn from. So it's very easy for somebody to say...
No, this was going to be a very good question, but like I said, a member like me didn't have the opportunity because according to the Speaker, he will only call members to participate on a debate based on the list provided to him. So the list was exhausted before that time.
So the minister was not properly questioned for you people to understand, you know, the potential pitfalls before he left the National Assembly.
You can say that based on the questions that we have raised in that particular session. But I can tell you that still we have the opportunity as members of Parliament to bring it forward because these are matters concerning the Gambian people. One thing that I understand as an apex authority, what
will happen in the meantime is they will go ahead with whatever you are against, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I should say that we have documentary evidence against one of these agencies. It's not just you complaining. Even before you complained, all right, we already had queries about how they were going about these things. And they're even asking for sometimes $50,000 from people to process their application. And this is supposed to cost people nothing.
And that is wrong because the agreement is totally free. There are what they call criteria, what you need in terms of documentation. And the most important document that you need as far as this agreement is concerned is a passport.
Now that this is in the open, I mean, what are people like you, lawmakers, you know, you're supposed to be the people who make the laws of this country and hold everybody, you know, accountable to the laws of the land.
Mr. Peter, that is why I am taking it up to bring it to the attention of the public and I am not only stopping here, I am taking it further by advancing and making sure that the procedure is done in the right way. Because, like I said, as someone, I am really concerned, because one of the priority areas that I focus on, which is youth advocacy in Parliament, is something that I will never compromise with. And understanding that as far as the Gambian population is concerned, we have seen our situation in terms of unemployment, even underemployment, which is costing the Gambia a lot.
Well, the youths are happy, we are told.
Who said so? People, for me, when I hear such a slogan or such a description in terms of the young people, I really feel so bad, because at the end of the day, what I come to realize is that maybe those very people that are saying the youths are happy in this country are not in touch with the current realities that are happening as far as the ground is concerned. Because as a representative, I am not only someone who stay in my home or go to work or just depend on Google. I am someone who is so connected with my people. And when it comes to information, I don't just base myself as far as hearsay informations are concerned. I go and make sure that I see for myself, I hear for myself, and these are things that are happening, and I really don't want it to continue. This needs to stop, and I believe stopping it this is one of the ways, and this is one of the platforms that I can bring it forward and bring to the attention of the Gambian people that the agreement between Spain and Gambia and any other agreement in terms of empowering our young people that will be taken to these countries to work, and so that they'll be able to come back and make a lot of good things for this country, develop this country, understanding that our intention is to see the progress of this country. We are saying that there is no agreement that is between the government and any of this country that has attracted any fee. Okay. It is free of charge. That needs to be clear. And another thing is that this particular project has nothing to do with National People's Party under the leadership of President Adama Barrow. And President Adama Barrow is not the one taking young people to Spain or any other country like Saudi to work. No, it's the Gambian government.
How do you think the Spanish, would react when they hear, what you are discussing now? That people are monetizing the process when it should be free for every Gambian who wants to have an opportunity to go to Spain and work, even Saudi Arabia.
I will expect them to be very disappointed with the way things are being done currently, and I will also expect them to engage the government, because this is one of the things that we cannot play with as a country. This is an opportunity for Gambia. So doing it right is very important as far as I am concerned. And this was one of the things that even led to my decision in supporting such a document. Because all what I want to see is that young people are empowered in this country. So if the Spanish embassy in the Gambia are currently listening to me or have access to this particular interview, I am urging them to re-engage the government in terms of making sure that as far as the recruitment process is concerned, let it not be partitioned. Let it be something that involve the right people in terms of having access to such an opportunity. And another thing, maybe they really don't understand, but the fact of the matter is, if you take such a project and do it as if you don't care, which we are seeing in this country, because the fact of the matter is, I will always say it and keep on saying it, we need serious people to run this country. And this is exactly the problem that we are faced with as a country. We need a good leader. We need a good governance in place, and we must unite as a country, which is not existing at all. So in doing so, having such an opportunity, we must rethink and reflect on what has happened as far as our situation is concerned, understanding that we are so devastated that the young people of this country are not empowered. That is why they are embarking on this irregular migration, losing their lives unnecessarily, which is something that we believe that it is not the solution to our young people. So having such an opportunity should be a priority for government to do it the right way. Make sure that it is open to the public and let everybody come. If you are eligible to be part of the project, they should try by all means and facilitate and do everything that requires as far as the entire process is concerned, and make sure that you are given the opportunity and not to make it partitioned. If they make it partitioned, to be honest, it will not be something that will be good in the future, because at the end of the day, I believe the Spanish will have no choice but to terminate such an agreement between the Gambia and Spain.
Which would be very sad. Honorable Modou Lamin Biba, thank you very much for your time this morning. And yeah, we will reach out to the ministry, hopefully, to get a response. And if the Spanish embassy comes out with a statement, I don't think they would want to give an interview. We will bring you, their response to this whole issue. It's 2 minutes past 9 o'clock. It means we have eaten 2 minutes into someone else's program. Thank you very much for listening to Coffee Time this morning. We'll be back tomorrow.